Hello, today we're going to talk about present simple and present progressive. We're going to start by talking about how to form each of these verb tenses, and then we'll talk about the meaning and the use of the verb tenses. Let's start with present simple. Present simple, we have our subject, and then we just have the verb. So I plus the verb, or you plus the verb. And if I want to make that negative, then I use the word don't or do not plus the verb. It's a little bit more tricky when we talk about third person singular, he, she, or it. In those situations, when I use the verb, I need to add an S to the verb. So with present simple, the singular verb has an S on it. And when I want to make that negative, that S goes on to the word does. So I either have doesn't or does not plus the verb. Let's look at some examples. I teach English. In this situation, I have the subject I and the verb teach. She lives in the USA. In this situation, she is my subject and my verb lives. I need the S on lives because the subject is she. And in the third example, it's negative, so I use don't, or I could use do not. They don't write paragraphs. Let's move on and look at present progressive. Present progressive, when we're forming it, we think about 1, 2, and 3. So the 1 is the form of the verb be, which in a sentence is going to look like am, is, or are. And then we have the verb, and then we put ing on the verb. Some examples: I am talking, you are talking, he is talking, she is talking, it is playing, we are talking, they are talking. So what you can see in all of these examples of the present progressive, I have some form of the verb be, either am or are or is, plus the verb plus ing. So now I've talked about how to form present simple and present progressive. Now I want you to read some sentences and think in your mind, is this sentence present simple or present progressive? Let's start with the first one. She eats breakfast every day. Present simple. I can see that by the S on the verb. She is drinking coffee. Present progressive. He doesn't drink coffee. Present simple. And they aren't eating cheeseburgers. That's negative, and that's present progressive. It has the ing. Let's make it a little more difficult now. I'm going to say a sentence, and I want you to think, is this sentence present simple or present progressive? It's a little more difficult because you have to do it by listening rather than reading. The first sentence, she is driving her car. She is driving her car. That is present progressive. She is driving her car. Another one. She drives her car to work. She drives her car to work. That one, present simple. She drives. Notice how I have the S because the subject is she. And she is smiling. She is smiling. For this one, present progressive. We have the verb be plus smile plus ing. We have 1, 2, and 3. She lives in England. She lives in England. Present simple. Notice the S on lives. And one more. She is looking at the road. She is looking at the road. present progressive. We can see is looking, is plus the verb plus ing. So now that we've talked about how to form present simple and present progressive, I'm going to talk a little bit about the meaning of these verb tenses. What do they mean in a sentence? And that helps us to know which verb tense to use in a sentence. So first, let's talk about present simple. We use present simple when we want to talk about our habits, our customs, or everyday activities. Let's look at this example. I go to bed at 10 o'clock every night. Okay, every night shows that it's my habit. So for those situations, we'll use present simple. She studies in the library. That's her habit. That's what she usually does or always does, so we'll use present simple. They usually drink milk for breakfast. Usually is a word that's going to show me it's present simple. It's their habit. So we use present simple to talk about habits, customs, everyday activities. I could also use it to talk about facts or truths. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So that's something it's a fact. The earth orbits the sun. It's a truth or a fact. And in those situations, we'll use present simple. Now, looking at the meaning of present progressive. We use present progressive to talk about something that is in progress right now. The action started before now, and at this moment right now, it's in progress. I am talking. Someone is filming me. You are watching me on the computer. All of these actions are in progress right now. We also use present progressive when something is in progress around now. So maybe it's not happening right now at this moment, but it's something that is in my life at this moment, but maybe I'm not doing it right now. Usually these are things that are temporary or for a short time. A couple examples. I am reading a good book right now. I am reading a good book right now. At this moment, I'm not reading that book. But when I go home tonight, I'll read that book for an hour. And for the next 2 weeks, I'll read that book. But then I'll be finished. So it's something happening in my life around now. Maybe not at this exact moment. Another example, she is trying to lose weight. So that's something in her life around now, but possibly at this moment, she's not doing anything to lose weight. But in her life around now, she's eating healthier and exercising. So now that we've looked at present simple, present progressive, let's look at some sentences, and I want you to decide which verb tense we should use. Dan, coffee, right now. The verb is drink, but in the first sentence, which verb tense should we use? We see right now, so that's going to tell us in progress. So we're going to use Dan is drinking coffee right now. In the second sentence, 2 cups of coffee every day. Every day tells me it's my habit. So here we would have Dan drinks coffee every day. Drinks 2 cups of coffee every day. Okay, another example. Usually I a black sweater to film lectures, but today I a gray shirt. If you could think which verb we're going to use, we're talking about clothing, so we'll use the verb wear. So usually tells me present simple. So usually I wear a black sweater to film lectures, but today I am wearing a gray shirt. So usually I wear a black sweater, present simple, but today I am wearing a gray shirt, present progressive. I hope this helps you understand a little bit more about two verb tenses in English, present simple, present progressive, how they're formed, and when to use them in sentences. Thank you.